Hey everyone, in this section, let's look at the causes of unemployment in the long run. We can have unemployment even without business cycles. And we see that for each and every country. In the US, the unemployment rate never dips below 4%. And this is not really explained by whether the economy is growing and healthy and whether the economy is doing poorly. The unemployment that exists when the economy is growing, doing good, economy is healthy is called natural rate of unemployment. And we have unemployment because of social, economic, and political factors. And this explains the long-run causes of unemployment. Let's look at the types associated with this long-run causes of unemployment. The first type is frictional unemployment. This is also called search and wait type of unemployment. Over here, we have the employers and employees trying to match each other. The type of example we have is recent graduates. They are trying to look for the right kind of job that matches their skills and that matches their education. The waiting period, they are looking for the right kind of job. They are called frictionally unemployed. This exists no matter if we have an expansion or if we have a recession in the economy. The next type of unemployment is structural unemployment. We have this kind of unemployment because some employees, they lack certain skills that is needed in the workplace. One of the examples is we do not need typewriters. We do not need people who are specialized using typewriters anymore because we are doing everything with our computers. Then we can have other examples. If we walk into a bank, we do not see so many tellers as we did previously because the tellers are replaced by automatic teller machines or ATMs, and we need people to take care and for maintenance of ATMs rather than tellers. Take a look at this YouTube link, and this gives an interesting examples where some skills are lost over time, and this gives an example of what happens when Stone Age man moves to Bronze Age. Okay. The other reason for structural unemployment is jobs lost due to offshoring. We saw a lot of US jobs moving overseas, and this is like a geographical cause of unemployment. Okay. Next, we can say this natural rate of unemployment exists, and that is also called full employment. Mind it, full employment. This does not mean zero unemployment. Full employment associated with natural rate of unemployment. That means we still have frictional and structural unemployment. The other interesting thing is full employment is associated with potential gross domestic product. By potential gross domestic product, we mean we have 100% output. We are using all our resources. We do not have any idle resources, or we are producing maximum gross domestic product. This slide and the next, we are going to look at changes in productivity and how this will affect the natural rate of unemployment. Let's look at these two slides here. I just have this marked already. On the horizontal axis, I have quantity of labor. Vertical axis, I have price of labor. And we already know the price of labor is equal to wages. So what is going on here? Initially, we have intersection of this supply curve and demand curve, and our equilibrium wages was equal to W0. After that, there was an increase in productivity. Productivity increase caused the demand curve to shift to the right. We would have another point of intersection, S and D1. Our wages increased to W1. We would have another increase in productivity. That's increasing again. The wages just went up to W2. And what happened after that? Then this happened in 1970s. The productivity unexpectedly went down. But the national unemployment rate did not fall below 7%. Alright, not to get things complicated here. So what happens to wages here? The demand for labor really did not shift anymore after D2, but wages kept going up. So I would say the demand curve is not shifting anymore, but the wages kept increasing. As a result, the increase in wages was greater than increase in productivity. Productivity increase is associated with increase in demand for labor. So we can write wage increase is greater than demand for labor, and at this wage rate, which is W4, the supply of labor is greater than the productivity, or we can say the supply of labor is greater than demand for labor, and as a result, the natural rate of unemployment went up. Okay. Now take a look at the other situation. So what you just saw here is productivity suddenly stopped increasing. Now we have another example from mid-1990s when productivity was initially constant and wages were constant. We had intersection between D0 and S. The wages were W, and then we have an unexpected increase in productivity. So the demand curve increased from D0 to D1, but the wages are still at W. So I would have quantity demand for labor at Q1, say 100. Quantity supplied is equal to Q0. So whenever the productivity increased, this is shown by an increase in demand. So I'm just going to say here, there is an increase in demand for what? Demand for labor. There was an increase in demand for labor. Wages were fixed at W. As a result, we see what is 100, what is 80. 100 is the demand for labor. 80 is the supply of labor. So the demand for labor was greater than supply of labor, and the natural rate of unemployment really went down. So when productivity increases, or I would say when productivity decreases, the natural rate of unemployment went up. It's like unemployment is definitely a bad thing, not a good thing. And when productivity increases, that's a good thing, and this is also a good thing. The natural rate of unemployment went down. Okay. Let's look at another reason that affects the natural rate of unemployment from the supply side of the market. So I'm going to look for a job or not look for a job. That depends on if I have a generous unemployment insurance, if I have some kind of welfare benefits, some food stamps, some medical benefits from the government. If I have all these benefits, I might slack and I might not look for jobs. And what really matters is how long the benefits last. If I have short-term benefits, say 6 months, I would rather start looking for a job. If I have a benefit for 2 or 3 years, whoa, I'm like getting all of this without actually working, I would not really look for a job right away. So the supply side policies of the market really affects the natural rate of unemployment. So if I keep on having a benefit for 2 or 3 years, I would rather not look for a job. Alrighty, thank you so much. That's all with this chapter. Thanks.